What's going on, guilty guys and gals? Welcome back to Stratu! In today's episode, I have no clue. I can't predict anything anymore. Other than, maybe the end. That's it. Hey, Ray? What is it, Yuriko? I have a lot of questions, so can I ask something? Ever since Sora told me that you were alive, I've been thinking about something. How did you survive? We saw you get burnt to a crisp by Mikado. Death in the virtual world means death in the real world, right? At least according to what Monocro said. Knowing that, how did you... The Neo World program is something very innovative, but equally as dangerous as it connects directly to your brain. It is indeed as you said, if you die in the virtual world, you die in the real one too. But, as you can see, I'm not dead. What? But... The Neo World program has a feature called Force Shutdown. If something unexpectedly happens within the program, you can use the Force Shutdown feature. However, to do that, a lot is required. Also, since it's an abnormal shutdown path, there's something else. So, you used that the moment right before we were executed as well? No, that was a Force Shutdown from the outside. What I'm talking about is a Force Shutdown from within. After Mikado woke up again, there wasn't another way to shut down the program from the outside. I made some sort of insurance by editing the Force Shutdown code. Some insurance? You could have given us insurance. Only people with administrator permissions can enter manually. But Turi and I were denied entrance, so I had to find another method to break that lock. In the process of doing this, I obtained an emergency escape code as a byproduct. An emergency escape code? It's a code to use in an emergency situation. With this, you could use it to exit the virtual world instantly. Right before my body caught fire, I used it to escape to the real world. What was left after was just my lifeless avatar. The ash body you saw after was an empty husk left behind. So, that's why you're still alive. Wait! If something like that existed, couldn't you have just saved us all? The Kisaragi Foundation's supposed to protect civilians. If you already knew it was a virtual world, you should have pulled us out right then and there. Easier said than done. The code used was a bit sloppy. A makeshift code we came up with just as insurance, as a backup plan. Also, the code was made for one use only, meaning it would be almost impossible to use for anyone but me. Okay. Better explanation. Mikado caught on to what she did and patched it out. So maybe, it could even be that Teruya tried to use it when he was about to die, but he couldn't, If it were possible, I'd have done it right from the start. At that time, Teruya and I had no prior information from Tsurugi about what was going on. We didn't even know that the Mikado Sonoji there was an alter ego. It was unexpected he had so much power. Also, I didn't know anything about the next generation symbols of hope being kidnapped, and that their avatars were still within from their high school days. My actions weren't enough. I apologize. It's okay. It's already happened at this point. But why didn't Teruya leave with you when you entered together, right? I originally thought if something unexpected happened to use the emergency escape, after I got back to the real world myself, I would simply pull Teruya out right away. I didn't know that I could do it within the virtual world, so I took action to cut the power from the outside. But wasn't that impossible? Yes, of course. The reason we got so easily was because Mikado Sonoji planned to let us invade the virtual world. After I left, he immediately strengthened the security. Since he's an alter ego, it should have been simple for him. But there was a much bigger problem than that. And what was that? You remember, right, Yuriko? You were told when you asked why the Foundation arrived so late. We weren't too late. It's just the flow of time in the virtual world and real world are completely different. The flow of time is different? What the hell? It was today that Teruya and I connected to the virtual world, and not a day has passed since then. What? No way. It's been at least a month since the killing game started. Time delay. Have you ever heard of the twin paradox? Although, it's a slightly different concept to this. It might be difficult for you to understand, but Just consider it as the Urashima effect. Do you know the story of Urashima Taro? Nope. The time experienced in the virtual world, it was faster than reality? Yes. I tried to take action as soon as possible, but actually, in the blink of an eye, it'd already been several days in the virtual world. So... No, it's not an excuse. If there wasn't a time flow difference, it would have not been possible to breach through Alter Ego's Mikado's security. I thought it was too easy. If I'd just known Mikado's identity from the beginning, this wouldn't have... I'm just making more excuses. I'm so goddamn pathetic. Okay, calm down. Ray? Alright, so that explains a few things, but... Tsurugi Kinjo, he's the leader of the Foundation. Because of him, all of this happened. Why didn't he just start by giving you guys the right information? Why? Why didn't Tsurugi tell anyone such crucial information? Even if it was to hide Shobai's infiltration, Rei and Teruya were his partners, and to some extent, friends. Did he not trust you both? He's that kind of guy, you know. He's been like this ever since our encounter with Utsuro. In addition to the extra manpower of the Foundation, his desperation kept getting worse. Teruya tried to follow Tsurugi to the end, but I really can't do it anymore. I guess he did follow Tsurugi to the end. I'm actually kind of surprised about the time dilation thing, you know? It makes some sense of why the Foundation just sat around for a month. I didn't really think of it as being that long, but it had been, obviously. But man, that sucks. Can you imagine watching everybody on super speed and be like, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die. Damn it! That is why I'm acting alone. I'll solve it my own way. So, what now? Do you have a plan, Rei? We can't change anything by just thinking about it. As soon as Mikado Sonoji was revived, the Foundation was defeated. In here, we're in the same situation as you. Tsurugi doesn't seem to want to accept that. Mikado invited us to go back to the virtual world. That means he still needs something from us. First of all, I think it should be our main priority to investigate the clues he left for us, and to discover what they mean. In the end, nothing has changed. We have no choice but to continue investigating. Okay. Do you have any more questions? I think that's everything. You've told us enough. After everything that's happened, the future is really important right now. So, may I ask you a question? Hello, Akane Taira? Do you need something? No, we've known each other for a long time. You just feel different from the one I knew back then. Do you prefer this look, or is it due to your memory loss? I can't help it. My appearance is just because of my avatar. No, that's not what I'm asking. Are you the real Akane Taira? What? You're bringing that up again? Rei, to answer that, I want to know something in return. Do you know anything about my death? Anything about the death of my body in the real world? Strictly speaking, you're alive. It's just your brain that's dead, and you can't wake up. So, essentially, you're half dead. It was Tsurugi who discovered your body. They only told me because he was at the scene. Does that answer your question? Rei, am I an alter ego of Akane Taira? What? Sora, what on earth are you talking about? You said the real Mikado died a long time ago, and that the real Mikado is just his alter ego. It feels like I remember him saying something weird. No, Sora. We are essentially the same. Don't try to deny it. I know you already know it to be true. That would actually make a lot of sense. Dead in the real world, and alive as an alter ego in the virtual one. Do you mean you two are the same in that regard? That's wrong! Sora's alive! She's just unconscious! That's incorrect. Yours and Mikado's situations are different. Even if you're both only alive in the virtual world, You're certainly using a connector to come here. In other words, even if you're brain dead, there's still a connection going through between the machine and your nerves. An alter ego doesn't need such a medium. When I spoke to the Ray in the Tower of Babel and heard the name Akane Taira, I remembered everything. When I got my memories back, I thought for certain that I was Akane Taira. I had no doubts. But since then, something weird has been happening. I'm not really sure about my memories of being Akane Taira. Are you saying you don't have her memories? But then, how do you remember details about me? No, I definitely have some memories. But, how do I explain this? It's like it's a memory that I haven't actually experienced myself. It just feels like an emotionless memory. I feel like it wasn't actually me. Sora? Ray, you said that alter ego Mikado has the same purpose as the real Mikado, right? You're right that an alter ego can share memories with their real counterpart, but it's not the same for me. Well, it was hard to believe until I saw it with my own eyes. Wait, Sora, if you're really an alter ego, it means somebody must have made you. So that begs the question, who did it and for what purpose? I don't know if you're an alter ego or not, but you could be something very similar to one. Although you are brain dead in reality, your conscious is in a virtual world. It's so unnatural. Tsurugi might know something. I could ask him for you, if you'd like. I don't think he'd be telling. No, I'll talk to him myself. But right now, who I am isn't important. Knowing my identity won't change what we have to do right now. Sora! Well said. Our top priority right now is to stop Mikado's plan. That's all we need to do. Thanks, Ray. Making the decision to fight together with us, it must have been a difficult one for you to make. I have no intention of forgiving you, Akane Taira. Of course, I know that. Well, there'll be no problems as long as you're aware of that. Yuruko, I'd be grateful if you could lend me a hand too. Well, it's not like I really have another option. Sorry about being so angry before. I don't hate you. It's just you really didn't leave a good first impression. I get that a lot. Anyway, I don't think Tsurugi will be happy to learn he's on the same side as Akane Taira. I'll keep collecting clues. You two should investigate as much as you can as well. Be careful if you plan to talk to Tsurugi. He's been acting quite unpredictable at the moment. Alright. Thanks for worrying about us. I'll see you at the trial grounds. Yeah. I feel like last time I didn't really get a good voice for Ray. That one's a bit better. I think we talked for long enough. Mikado said we don't have a time limit, so we should have a lot more time to investigate. Sora, don't worry so much. It doesn't matter if you're an alter ego or not. I know the person I've spent all this time with isn't fake. Everything will be fine. We should just go on a girls' night out, just the two of us after all this is over. What do you think? Sora, you, Ray, and Teruya are older than all the others, right? It'd be kind of awkward if I was asking an underage person to go out drinking with me. You don't have to worry about that, Yuruko. It sounds like a great time. I wasn't worried about anything! Don't assume things! I'm just wondering if you're a lightweight. I wasn't the fake ultimate hostess for nothing, you know. You better be prepared, Sora. We're gonna drink the night away until one of us blacks out. I'm looking forward to it. Ray told us a lot of shocking things, but it's not the end. It doesn't change what we need to do. All we have to do is work together. Then we can defeat Mikado. For the day when I go out drinking with Yuruko, I have to move forward. Should we get going then, Sora? Yeah. We need to investigate every nook and cranny. Yes! Of the clues that Mikado left behind. From what we learned from Ray, it'd be best to talk to Tsurugi and Shobai for now. Yeah. Ray was only just told it herself. They definitely know more than we do at the moment. We still have time. Let's get moving. This is legitimately just Team Girlpower versus the two The two morally ambiguous dudes. Alright. And I'm okay with that. Alright. And then there's Mikado, but he's not morally ambiguous. He's also not technically a dude. He's a robot. So. Do you guys get... Oh, we can go upstairs. I was like, where am I going? Hey, it's Iroha! Hey! Iroha, what are you doing just standing here?
Oh, Yuruko and Sora.
Are you really drawing right now?
Why are you doodling at a time like this? We're supposed to be investigating, you know. Don't talk to me.
What? Why?
I'm drawing my final piece. I want to concentrate.
What the hell are you saying? Final piece? Don't be stupid. You're just running away, you coward.
I'm running away? We're all gonna die anyway. Doesn't matter.
Iroha, you...
We have no chance of beating Mikado. I'm prepared to give up everything and create one last masterpiece of my life before we all turn to dust. Ow!
Yuruko.
Ow, ow. Ow, ow. That hurt! Why do you always abuse me?
Oh, you want to know why? Because you're just giving up. Stop saying such idiotic things and do some investigating.
I wonder. Yuruko, do you have any clues on how to beat Mikado?
No, but we'll never know if it's possible unless we try.
It's impossible. Shobai told me. How can some dumb humans beat an artificial intelligence like that? And much less when we're in a world where it has complete control.
That's really what Shobai said?
Why do things like this always happen to me? Everything I do ends up being wrong. I just wanted to live a normal life, have friends.
Iroha, calm down. The class trial hasn't even started yet. I know it's not going to be easy, but I believe we can beat Mikado. We all just need to work together. It's possible.
Stop pretending to be some manga protagonist. This isn't fiction. We can't do this. And even if we manage to defeat Mikado and escape here safely, the Tsurugi Foundation will just arrest me. Even if we'll survive, I spend the rest of my life in jail. Mom, Dad, I was wrong. I'll go back to painting. I'm sorry.
We're leaving, Sora. Why? There's nothing more we can do. I have nothing to say to someone who's this desperate that it's just pathetic. But, okay, we'll leave you alone. Continue your drawing. You know, just know it's never too late. Don't cry and give up. We're all in this together. Oh, Iroha. She's gonna stay pathetic to the end. Sora, let's just ignore her and keep on investigating. Yeah. Didn't Iroha say that Shobai told her it's impossible? Do you think Shobai told Iroha about Mikado's identity? Shobai? I don't think he's someone to give out that information so easily. Well, Rei told us, so it's possible she did the same for Iroha. Yeah, but... let's just find Shobai and ask him ourselves. I don't really want to talk to him, but I guess it can't be helped. Let's go. Okay, I have to blow my nose for a second. That Iroha voice. Killed me. Has it actually been so long I forgot how to do it?
No, it's just it was very emotional. Yeah, it's really hard.
Alright, what's in here? The Librarby. Oh. What are you doing in the Librarby, Shobai? Hey, it's me. This voice is a little easier to do. Shobai, we've been looking for you. What do you lot want? Now, I know why you're dressed like that. I honestly didn't like you from the beginning. I didn't think it was possible to be more disgusted by the sight of you than I already was, but here we are. So, you gonna tell me what you want? You've heard everything, including what you did. All of this is your fault. You dug your own grave. Shobai, I'd like to hear it come from your mouth. You assisted with Mikado's plan, but at the same time you were working as a double agent for the Kisaragi Foundation. Is that true?
Who told you? Didn't think the director wanted to talk to you lot. Ah, Rei Mikaru. That explains it.
Why? Someone like you.
Why? Of course, it's just for money. The world has changed since the biggest, most awful, most tragic events in human history. My main clients were ones caught up in the tragedy, or people who ended up in hiding. What's even more annoying is there wasn't much work because of the restoration process, the battle against despair. With a lack of work like that, Mikado Sonoji's deal seemed like a rain in a drought. Why would I decline such an offer?
Even if your employer was an AI? You were even hired by the real Mikado. He was that guy's alter ego. We already know everything.
Because he was an alter ego, he became more reliable as an income source. Can't quite kill one of those things so easy, you know.
What?
I'm no psychologist, but trust me on this. Humans are the most unreliable creatures on this planet. On the other hand, an AI with a clear sense of purpose is a perfect business partner. Also, the price was paid in advance as a single payment.
How does an alter ego pay you?
Hell if I know. Probably stole the money from someone's account and deposited it in mine. I don't give a shit. That's all. Now shut up and leave me alone. I have nothing I want to talk about with y'all. I feel like a dog right now. Leave Ma alone. Leave my Ma alone. Leave my Ma out of this.
Did you talk to Iroha?
Huh?
Iroha said you told her something. Don't discriminate.
That girl really has a loud mouth. Doesn't she know what confidential information is? That stupid girl bought information using standard procedure and paid up. I ain't giving that information for free now, y'all.
We'll pay up too. How much are we talking? What's with that look? If Iroha can buy the information, why can't we?
Alright, you can buy my services. It's not like there's anything else to do. So, what you want to know from trash like me?
I don't want to just chat. This is about the investigation. Tell us everything you've investigated so far.
It's all useless info anyway. Just so you're aware, it doesn't matter what I tell you. It's impossible to beat Mikado Sonoji.
How can you be so sure? Or that's Yuruko's. How can you be so sure?
It's just how it is. There's no way to beat him from the inside of the virtual world. That's why I intervened from the outside. Didn't know shit would end up in this mess.
We don't know until we try.
Alright, if you have something to say, make it quick. There's a lot you want to ask me, right?
There's something I want to know first. Your principle is clearly don't reveal any information or transaction details to anyone, right? You're a criminal, but you still have some sort of honor code. So then, why did you make a contract with Tsurugi and Mikado at the same time?
That's right. Even during the class trial, you tried to hide the deal you made with Emma.
You're right. I do have what you'd call a set of beliefs that I follow. Not sure if it's because I broke that rule that all this shit is happening. But I had my reasons. I didn't just mindlessly take the money. Of course, the cash was huge, but if you analyze the situation carefully, staying with the Foundation was more beneficial in the long run. Mikado Sonoji, something changed since I first met him. Can't quite put my finger on what. I've been doing this line of work for years, and my instinct's been telling me something's wrong. That's why I betrayed Mikado Sonoji.
Isn't that the opposite of what you just said? I thought an alter ego would be more reliable than a human.
I thought that at first too, but as the deal went on, the more something seemed off. It felt much different from simply being betrayed. It was like an unknown anxiety I felt around Mikado.
Come to think of it, doesn't that mean you're in danger too? I thought he's the type of person to kill everybody who betrayed him.
I already told you. No matter what we do, it's impossible to beat him. He knows I'm betrayed him, but he doesn't care. Killing me is trivial to him.
Shobai, that's quite unusual coming from someone like you. You usually always found a way.
Problem is, we're just human. We can't win as long as we're limited by that fact.
If that's true, then why the hell did you betray him? If you didn't think you could beat him, you shouldn't have betrayed him in the first place.
After I vanished, didn't you suddenly get disconnected from the virtual world?
Why are you bringing that up?
It wasn't supposed to happen. It was an error, hostess.
It's been a while since I was a hostess, you know. Is that why the execution got interrupted?
No, that was just a side effect of the reboot. Did any of you feel less energetic right before then?
When I was about to enter the trial grounds, I lost consciousness.
That's because I was shutting down the virtual world from the outside. That's why I betrayed Mikado. That is the only way you can defeat an alter ego, just shutting him down. No matter how smart an alter ego is, it's just a computer program in the end. You can just turn that shit off.
Does an alter ego die when you shut down the device it's connected to?
Death isn't exactly a thing for an alter ego, but if there's no power supply, they can't operate. They'll just freeze forever until what they're connected to is turned back on.
Does that mean alter ego Chihiro is still alive? I thought Junko's security software or whatever killed them, but I also kind of thought it was weird that an AI program could hack. So, it's fine. But that didn't happen. Mikado came back and called us all here, right? If he couldn't turn himself back on, does that mean that someone from the outside turned the machine back on?
I got no clue what happened.
Who'd do something like that?
Hold on. I can assure you nobody turned it back on. The only ones that could have done it are the director, Ray Makaru, and myself. We were the only ones in the room at that time. I didn't do it. I'm not that batshit crazy that I'd mess with him again.
So, then how did Mikado come back?
No clue. If this shit hadn't happened, all this would be over. And I'd be cracking open a nice cold beer with the boys right now. Yeah!
I'm gonna crack open a nice cold water for my throat. Gulp. There we go. I bet you it was Tsurugi. Wait, that means... You said no matter how strong an alter ego is, they couldn't prevent themselves from being turned off, right? Ignoring Mikado waking up from the equation, shouldn't it have been over regardless if he woke up or not?
There's two problems with that idiotic statement. Number one, if we didn't come here, the door to the lab would remain locked forever, and we'd be fucked. Did you even listen to what the hostess said? Mikado locked the door to the lab and locked us all in. The door was powered by electricity. We didn't have a choice since Mikado was in control of the facility.
Wait! What are you talking about the facility for?
What? Didn't Ray Makaru tell you both? The Neo World program is linked directly to the lab. Mikado Sonoji is the Neo World program himself, which is why he has control of the entire facility out there. You don't seriously think the Neo World program is all contained in some tiny little box, do you?
Wait, so Mikado is the Neo World program?
Yeah, I was the one who installed Alter Ego Mikado into the Neo World program. It's been quite a while since I did it, so he's probably almost fully integrated with the program now. The lab, too. Yikes. Secondly, there's a lot of security in the Neo World program. Mikado Sonoji and the Neo World program are now one and the same, so his security has increased significantly. In other words, the Neo World program will no longer shut down, even if the outside power was cut completely.
No way! How's that possible? It's just a machine. It can't run without power.
It's not just some basic computer we're talking about. If you really want to stop the power supply to the Neo World program, you'd have to blow the entire facility up. But even that wouldn't be enough. You'd have to blow up the entire island to make sure all the wires were destroyed.
Wait, we're on an island in the real world?
It's not just some ordinary island. It's an exclusive one with only one facility on it, the lab.
Wait, if there's so much security, how'd you turn it off in the first place? Even though Mikado came back somehow, didn't you already shut it down once already?
You want to know what I used? It's this USB drive, handy dandy. Plugged it in and zipped Mikado right out of there.
A USB, huh?
It's a USB containing the administration code for the Neo World program.
There's an admin code?
Using it gives you administrator privileges. With this, you'd have the exact same power as Mikado.
Really? How do you have that?
Because I was the one who modified the Neo World program in the first place. Nah, it wasn't just the modification. I did everything. From the stealing, to the building the lab, to installing the software.
What?
Why are you so surprised? How else do you think an alter ego could do all this without a physical body?
Wait, so you're responsible for everyone's deaths?
Wait a minute. You did all of this by yourself?
You might not believe it, but it's true. Well, that's one question answered. Didn't you want to know how I turned it off, too?
Oh, yeah?
Using the admin code, I was able to modify the program. That's when I restarted it. Doing that, I bypassed all the security Mikado had worked on, and when I got past it, it was just a matter of a few clicks to turn it off. Simple, right?
Couldn't you just do that now? If you have the same privileges as Mikado, we're saved.
Are you joking? Of course he blocked my code. Why on earth would he let someone who betrayed him have a code like that?
How powerful really is the admin code?
Not exactly that powerful. About the equivalent of Mikado's, nothing more, nothing less. When I was in the real world, he took my permissions away. If my permissions were still here, I could have added some countermeasures right now.
So that USB is basically useless.
The USB itself is still useful. However, we'd need a new password to get the permissions back. Since the password's been changed, it's going to be useless to us now.
But if we manage to find the password, then you're saying there's a chance we could win, right? If we just find the password, everything will be okay. Even if we don't know it, we can just keep trying different passwords until we find the right one.
You can't just guess a password that easily. It's got way too many characters. It's a chance of winning the lottery. Either way, what we know now is Mikado's back. Seems like he doesn't even know how it happened himself.
You haven't even tried to find another solution. You've just been sat here in despair the whole time.
It's because there isn't a way out of this. An alter ego will instantly improve its security flaws. There's nothing you can do against something like that. I spent years preparing for this. I knew what he could do and everything still ended up going to shit. All my years of preparation, all for nothing. I guess my life was destined to be shit ever since I was born.
Shobai. Even with saying something so depressing, Shobai kept his usual smirk. It was just as Yuriko said. Unlike the usual cocky Shobai we got before, he seemed deep in despair about the situation. To be honest, he seems like quite a pessimistic guy on the inside. Shobai was unusually talkative. His abnormal behavior might be because we're up against someone who apparently can't be beat. Shobai, then what are you gonna do now? Both your business with Mikado and the Kisaragi Foundation don't matter anymore. Now that you're a victim just like us, you need to come up with some sort of plan.
Doesn't matter what I do. I'm gonna find a way to get out of this situation fucking alive. I don't give a shit what you do.
Don't be so stupid. This whole situation's your fault anyway. Take some responsibility, goddammit.
Don't hold me accountable for this. Nothing else to say? I'm leaving.
Wait a minute.
Wait, I want to ask something.
Oh, wait, I want to ask something. Shobai, I have something to ask.
Mikado.
You, what do you want?
Now that I think about it, it was you who worked with Nikkei to create the Tower of Babel, wasn't it?
Wait, you work with Nikkei too? Just how many people did you work with?
Well, it would only be possible for you to do such a feat. Our idiotic void friends couldn't do something like that by themselves. The helpless Nikkei, he must have saved a lot of money to be able to afford Shobai's services.
I was pressing the wrong button. I'm like, why isn't it going?
What are you doing here? Finally come to punish the traitor, huh?
No way. Don't be so down. You're my precious partner, after all. Don't be so scared. I won't hurt you. Much. I don't bite hard.
Then what do you want from me? What the hell could you be after? Even if Utsuro gets resurrected, you'll still be stuck in the virtual world.
Shobai, you should already know. The plan I gave you is the true ending I listed.
The true ending?
How about it, Shobai? I have a proposition for you. Would you like to work by my side again?
What?
Naughty betrayed you once before. Why would you want to work with me again?
That's true, but all humans lie and betray. I, however, no longer care about that. Of course, you'll be paid in full. I still need you for something.
Shobai, don't listen to him. It's obviously a trap.
I'll pay you double the amount the Kisaragi Foundation is offering you. Alright, you got my loyalty.
It's the same situation as before, no? You joined the Kisaragi Foundation because there was more benefit to you. Now the tables have turned. It would be more beneficial to join me, wouldn't it? That was also when you didn't know my updated plan. I'm sure you'll see the benefits if you've heard all that it entails.
Alright, you got my attention. It's not like I could do anything to stop you anyway.
Shobai, no!
It's no use, Sora. He's not on anyone's side. Shobai's mind is only swayed through the power of money. If you wish to change Shobai's mind, you'd have to offer him something more.
You're a disgrace.
Now, how about we talk in private? Good luck with the investigation, Sora, and Yuruko. The final class trial is approaching soon.
See ya. I'm gonna leave the game for another few episodes now.
They just left. Will everything be okay? Do you think Shobai will side with Mikado again? He didn't actually agree to it yet.
I'm not sure. Like Mikado said, Shobai isn't on anyone's side. Ever since the beginning, he was always our enemy. The only thing I know for sure is, if Shobai joins Mikado, we just have another problem on our hands.
You can say that again.
I'm worried about what Shobai and Mikado are talking about. There's still some things for us to investigate, but it looks like there's no way to beat Mikado. We should give up on that for now.
Administrator Code. Hey, you know what? You know who's lucky enough to win the lottery? Just on a whim? You know his name.
Utsuro! Does Utsuro have a last name? I don't think I've ever heard it.
That's how it's going to end, everyone. Utsuro's going to guess the password for us, and then either Sora and him are going to die in the virtual world in a throwback to Danganronpa 2, where technically Hajime and Chiaki died in the virtual world and everybody else came back to life. Or Sora's going to get to, live a new life, but Akane Taira, quote-unquote, is going to die in a similar way to, like, Izuru and Hajime, right? That makes sense, right? The old self still dies, but the new self gets to live on. Oh, boy. Huh, man. I don't know what was going on with me today, but this episode just really killed my throat. Probably just because it's a little bit later than usual. Alright, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back again on Friday. This whole chapter is just a lore dump. I can't even fathom what's going to happen. Like and subscribe. Bye.